Hello guys, welcome to another weekly vlog. My name's Lottie if you're new here. If you're not, thanks for returning. We are having the coziest, slowest weekend this weekend. We are halfway through the summer holidays and I don't know about you guys if you've got kids at home, but it can be exhausting and fun in equal measures. But I have reached the point where I just need a little bit of slow to kind of calm my nervous system and to get through the rest of the holidays. Everything's going on, it's all crazy. I am just about to straighten my hair. I've come around this side of the room just because the lighting is a little bit better for filming, but I normally straighten my hair over there, so we're going to do that. Oh, look at this is living with kids. I have a Hulk mask in my bedroom. It's clearly not mine. Yeah, so this morning the kids have given us a bit of a lay-in. Hang on, I'll be right back. I just need my hair clip. I'm back. So this morning the kids were kind enough to let us have a lay-in and we actually got till 8 o'clock to sleep in, which was amazing. I got up, I had an uninterrupted shower because they were quite happy playing on their tablets this morning. I think Ewan pinched Rob's phone to watch something on and Delilah was watching her favourite YouTube people on kids YouTube. So I managed to get a shower uninterrupted, which was nice. Then we have just done breakfast downstairs. As you all seen, I have made a really easy, simple breakfast. It was literally just a toasted bagel with some marmalade on, and I started using the reformed matcha this week. I'm enjoying it so far. I don't know what I've done with my glasses either. I'm walking around with no glasses on, don't know where they are. I'm enjoying the matcha so far. I am not 100% a matcha girl. I'm not crazy for it, but it's really actually quite nice. I can't do filming without being able to see the thing. I was hoping to use the viewfinder. Hang on. Ha, that's a little bit better. I can see what's going on now. Okay, so where were we? Yes, so this week I had a delivery of the reformed matcha. It has collagen and antioxidants, protein and all that kind of stuff. It's basically like replacing protein powder and collagen powder all at once. I've done it because I was taking the Ancient and Brave, sorry, moving the camera. I was taking the Ancient and Brave collagen supplement and I was putting it in coffee, but I love coffee, but I'm trying not to drink it all the time, and the collagen supplement didn't taste right in my usual tea, so I kind of not gone off it, but I've kind of come away from that just because of that reason. For whatever the reason, it just didn't taste right in tea, and it is supposed to be flavourless, so that shouldn't be a thing, and maybe it's just been me being particular about tea, a bit of a tea purist. But yes, I've switched to this reformed matcha and so far it's got the thumbs up. I am not going to sit here and claim that it does everything like it says it does on the tin, because I haven't been using it long enough, but I definitely don't feel as though I am having an energy crash later in the day, which is something that it does claim to do. So that is just on a first. I think I've been using it for about 4 or 5 days. Gotta say this. Yeah, I've been using it for 4 or 5 days, and yeah, I have noticed that I don't need to have a caffeinated drink in the afternoon if I don't want one. I enjoy tea anyway, so that's always going to be a battle for me, and yeah, trying to not wean off caffeine entirely, because I enjoy caffeinated drinks, not because of the caffeine factor. In fact, I might probably even get some decaf, but it's just not great to just be caffeinated all the time, or at least that's what I'm telling myself at the moment. I go through fits and starts with this. Sometimes I can go cold turkey on the caffeine and I feel absolutely great for a few weeks, and then I end up going back to tea and coffee because I enjoy the drink, so I'm not giving it up, that's for sure. I've done that a few times and then I always end up going back to it. But the matcha has got caffeine in it, but it just means that I don't feel like I need to have another caffeinated drink in the afternoon if I do not want. Whereas sometimes with coffee, I am drinking a coffee in the morning and then wanting another one before lunch and then a tea after lunch, and I could drink like 7 or 8 cups of caffeinated tea before tea time, essentially. Yeah, so the matcha's good. What else is going on? I'm expecting the kids' school uniform to arrive today because I did an order. I think I bought from Sainsbury's this year. In previous years I've done Marks and Spencer's because they had the adjustable waistbands, because both my kids, well, Ewan especially now, Delilah's filled out a little bit more, but Ewan especially has such a tiny waist, but he's quite tall, so he's in the right size for his age, but with trousers they're always a lot baggier than what they need to be. So I've gone for, when I was looking for school trousers, I went on the waistbands for him, if they're adjustable. I have got heat protectant on, by the way, not just butchering my hair with the straighteners without heat protectant on. Yeah, and the reason I'm straightening it today is because I let it dry naturally and it was a little bit on the fuzzy side, because other than a heat protectant, because I intended to dry it, I hadn't put anything on it to tame the frizz. That's very frizzy. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this today anyway. So this weekend we haven't got anything planned, which is the best kind of weekend in my opinion, because we can just plod along. We can do some puttering, we can do a little bit of everything. I really want to do some journaling and kind of have a bit of a mind reset as well as a house reset. I need to go through the rest of the loft. According to, sorry, I'm jumping from topic to topic here, but according to Rob, who's also been in the loft, I am guilty of holding the most boxes up there. Now I'm not sure if I agree with that, but I will go through those boxes and I will see what is up there. I know there's a lot of, sorry Dinah, I know there's a lot of things from university that I held on to, so like all my notebooks with all my what do you call them, modules? I can't even remember, it's been that long. So basically all my uni work is in the loft, and I haven't used that or looked at that since coming away from uni, so that is going to go in the skip, because genuinely I don't know why I'm holding on to it. It feels like 2 minutes ago, but it was actually a lifetime ago, a long time ago. I don't know what's going on down there. Someone banging outside of the house. So yes, I need to go through my boxes in the loft, which Robbie's going to help move today. We're also talking about going to see Spider-Man at the cinema, but I am not 100% convinced that both kids will sit through it, and because we haven't seen it, I don't know if there's any like bits that could make them jump or bits that could freak them out, because I don't know, maybe most of the old Spider-Mans rather than the new ones, but the old ones had a few jumpy bits, and we showed you and the one with Tobey Maguire in, and the bit with the Green Goblin where he turns, is it William Dafoe? William Dafoe turns into the Green Goblin, so he does the thing in the capsule and his face changes or his eyes change or something, and it makes you a jump like you won't believe. So yeah, I'm not 100% convinced that Spider-Man is the best thing to take a 5-year-old to go see. I think Delilah would be okay, but Ewan freaked out at, what did we see the last time? I think the last time we took them to the cinemas was earlier this year, and we went to see Hoppers, and it's a cartoon and it's totally for children. but there was a part in that and it was really actually creepy and it scared him to death. So I don't know if taking you in to see Spider-Man at the movies is a good idea. I don't know if we'll wait until that comes out on the TV to actually watch that one. But I might have a look and see what else is on. But the weather's quite nice today as well, so it's like, do you want to do an inside activity whilst it's so warm and sunny? We could just be doing something in the garden or going to a nice park, or I don't know. Because every single day that we have gone out, we have managed to spend a fortune. And that's school holiday thing, but I feel like this year especially, and maybe it's with the house move, I am so conscious about overspending on days out. It's making me nervous to leave the house. It seems to have been a lot. A school uniform seems to be getting more expensive, so I literally bought basics because we know that we're moving, and with the house move a school move will be coming up. The school that we want to get the kids in actually have the same colour uniform as they do at the current one, which is kind of handy, not gonna lie. So I have bought basics but not branded school uniforms. I haven't bought anything with this school uniform logo on. They have a couple of pieces from last year still, so they've both got PE t-shirts that fit them with the school logo on, and a couple of jumpers or cardigans each with the logo on that still fit them. But I do not want to spend money on the uniform. But even just buying basics, so t-shirts for both of them and trousers for both of them, couple of jumpers / cardigans each, and some new PE shoes. So I bought them both some like non-branded trainers. It still came to like £160, and I weren't buying expensive things. And that's not even including new school shoes, which they are both going to need as well. So I am very aware that summer costs a lot of money. And I'm also very aware that we'll have all this cost potentially again when we move house for whatever new school they end up in. Hopefully they get into school we want them in, but we will see. Can't do too much about that as it's not our final say. We can only hope and apply. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at today, and that was a whole load of waffle for you, wasn't it? So I am just putting on some Moroccan hair oil. Is it argan oil from Morocco? I don't know. It's the OGX one. OGX? Yeah, OGX one. Renewing Argan Oil of Morocco. It's very nice and it smells lovely, and I just feel like it keeps my hair hydrated, because with it being dyed quite continuously, I think I dye mine once every 6 weeks or something, or around that, the ends tend to get a little bit drier. Now when I had it cut a few months ago and chopped a great big wedge off the bottom of it, that has helped no end, and I'm so pleased that I did that. The one thing I will say though is I am not 100% sure whether I'm going to grow it or whether I'm going to chop it back into more of a bob, because I know I'm totally aware that it's grown a good couple of inches since I've had it cut. But my brain keeps going, I have a wedding to attend and it's not till next spring, but my head needs to make up a decision on how I want to have my hair that day, because I am not just a wedding guest, I am the best man. Yes, I am going to be my dad's best man at his wedding in May, so I want my hair to look decent for that. And like I say, I don't know whether I'm gonna keep it a little bit shorter and go for like the 90s bob style and have a 90s blowout for that, or if I am going to grow it longer and go for like traditional wave, kind of maybe pinned back a little bit at the top. I don't know. I have finally picked my dress though, which seems a bit of a weird process because my dad pretty much gave me the free rein on what I wear, which I'm grateful for, don't get me wrong. but I don't really class as a bridesmaid, so I don't match the bridesmaids, although I'll be wearing the same colour as the bridesmaids. Delilah is a bridesmaid, and my dad's partner has got her nieces being bridesmaids too, I believe. So I think, does she have 4 bridesmaids? She might have 4 bridesmaids in total, but I don't think they are wearing the same thing as each other. I might be wrong on that. So it was difficult to kind of pick, because I don't know what the bridesmaids dresses look like. I know what Delilah's looks like, but I don't know what the other girls are wearing, and the other girls are similar to my age rather than similar to Delilah's age. So it was kind of a hard one to choose. I've gone for like a knee length, is it satin? I've gone for something knee length and satin, and it's got like a bit of a hint of retro vintage vibes to it, or could be styled as that, which is right up my street anyway, and it fits perfectly with our colour scheme, and I was happy to wear anything. But I don't know what I'm going to do with my hair yet. I don't know if I'm going to do some kind of updo. I won't be so bothered, but I'm going to be on pictures and stuff as well, so I don't want to be letting the side down and looking like a scruffy old thing for their beautiful wedding pictures. So yeah, that's a decision I'm going to have to make. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling here. I am just going to film little bits and bats this weekend, and if I find my journal, and that is a big if, because I have no idea where I've put it. I feel like I had it not so long ago, but I haven't written in it for ages. But I wanted to catch up on a little bit of journaling and get some things stuck in there too, so like little bits that I've collected since coming back from Scotland. I don't think I've done any journaling since then. I also want to find my Lydia Millen prompted journal and catch up with that, because it's been a fair few weeks where I haven't done the pages, so I've got loads of that to fill out, and I really enjoy doing it, so I'm not quite sure why I stopped doing that. It was just one of those things that I think I tidied it away, and then because I hadn't physically seen it, I just haven't filled it in, because I am very much a outside out of mind kind of girl, which is what worries me about packing my books away. So I've left a couple dotted around, but because I can't see a physical stack of books, I haven't read a book for 3 weeks now, and I'm not doing so great on my summer reading list, so maybe I'm going to have to double up on autumn reading. I don't know. I'll be working on my autumn TBR though soon. That is going to be another video coming up very shortly. Anyway, this has been very waffly. Let's share the weekend together now that I look and resemble some kind of human, and we'll just see where it goes. The cat sat on my lap, but I've got linen trousers on, and she's just clicked my trousers. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Moo. I don't know if you can see her. She's very amorous, and she sat on my knee, but she's just clicked my pants, so I've now got a nice little click mark in there. So anyway, for now, I will say see you soon and figure out what we're doing the rest of the weekend. A slow, puttering, resetting weekend. Oh, cat just scratched my finger. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Just like dinted my finger. Yeah, so happy weekend, guys. Well, it won't be the weekend when you see this, but I hope you have a nice weekend. Yeah, I'm just gonna go putter around and maybe film a few bits. I'll see you soon. It's Monday tea time. I am just cooking tea. I didn't pick up the camera at all yesterday. We ended up having a bit of a clear it out day. We did a few more boxes from the loft, which was really quite therapeutic. There was a lot of stuff that I threw away personally, like old university work, which I haven't even looked at for God knows how long. So that was kind of nice to do, but it was a quiet day really. It was just quiet. So right now I am making some tea for everybody. I am going for, I've just pulled out some homemade rolls. Made these myself, it's still a bit warm. So I've made some rolls. I'm just about to make a coleslaw. I've made the dressing, the coleslaw sat underneath it at the moment, just needs mixing up. Doing some chorizo bites and some pulled pork and a chicken burger for Ewan because he won't eat pulled pork. So that'll feed everyone for today. And then you and I will be finishing up the vlog after we've had our tea. I will be seeing you in a bit. We have finished tea. Pulled pork went down a treat. The coleslaw is very good and the bread was incredible. I haven't made bread in such a long time, so it was nice to do that today. I don't do it by hand. I use a bread machine, so I literally throw the ingredients in, let the bread machine do it, and then shape it myself and then bake it in the oven. I do sometimes do the loaf function on the bread machine, which is also really lovely, but I wanted the rolls because we were doing the pulled pork sandwiches today. I haven't baked bread in such a long time, so it's been really nice to do that today. And like I said before, I'm trying to get back to those little things that I was doing before, and it just made me feel a little bit more myself. So baking is one of those things. I am currently trying to wear down everything in the kitchen. As you can imagine, I am trying to get rid of everything that we don't need, and it feels as though if I buy too many ingredients that I won't use them before we move, and then it'll be a needless move. So I'm trying to hold off on doing anything major, so I'm only buying things if I need them rather than if it's just a want. And I'm trying to wear down the kitchen and everything in the freezer. Has such a bad habit of buying things for the freezer, having one out of the packet and then leaving the rest in the freezer forevermore, and they go there to die, and yeah, nobody eats them. So I'm trying to get a little bit better at what we are buying, food wise especially, so we don't have to take masses with us to the new house. We still haven't got a moving date, unfortunately. It's looking like, as an estimation, that we will be aiming for about October. I'm hoping that we manage to move right before the October half term. That just gives me a chance to get the kids into a new school, but it also gives the kids a chance to settle for a week before they start a new school, because it's such a big thing. Like anyone who has any knowledge of autism knows that disruptions in routine can be utterly chaotic. Now the kids know we're moving, we are preparing them for it, and we are preparing them in that way and telling them everything we can. They've seen the house, they've played on the field with us, they've looked at the garden, they're making plans for their new bedrooms and things like that. So hopefully all those little things are kind of helping them out. But I am under no illusion that this is going to be quite difficult for them. Now, I think the school move's probably going to be the hardest. I don't think Ewan understands that he won't be going back to his school currently. So having that one more term there will be helpful, because it'll be a way to say kind of goodbye really to this class that he's currently in before moving on to the next one. So I'm kind of hoping that we get the move date to be the week before the half-term holidays, so then we can concentrate on moving. I will potentially deregister them for maybe a week or 2 weeks depending on where the move date falls, and then ask for them to start on the first week back in, is it November they go back? Might be November, because I think generally speaking the half-term holiday in October is the last week in October, so they end up going back right at the very start of November. So if they can start the new school at that point, that'd be amazing. that's if everything works out the way we want it to. So yes, October is looking like the month that we hope to be moved into the new place. In the meantime, we've been clearing things out. Just yesterday, I think I mentioned earlier, I went through the loft. I think I went through about 5 or 6 boxes. I found a few treasures. I found a lot of old university work and other little bits and bobs that I'd saved, and I don't really know why I saved. Maybe I think I possibly just threw them in a box when we moved the last time. So all that has been put in the skip, which I found really therapeutic actually. There's a few bits in there that I am glad to have let go of, including my university work. I don't know if there's any other millennials out there that feel this way, but when we were at school, we were so pushed towards going into university. Everyone's parents, everyone's teachers seemed to push them towards going into uni. Unless you were absolutely non-academic, then university was the way you were pushed. I remember having special lessons on how to apply for uni in like PSHE, or I can't even remember, whatever subject it was. They were taking us through how to apply to university and filling out the personal statement forms and all this kind of stuff. We got shoved down that route, and a lot of us did. Now, my degree was so generalised that I personally don't think it's been any use. So I paid an awful lot of money for a bit of paper, which I haven't really used, and I don't think it's something I am overly proud of, because I don't think I did my best work there. I don't think that it showcased me as a person, and I don't think it was the right move for me. So throwing the work away, because I was very last minute Larry with literally everything that I did for university. I think I started my dissertation maybe 3 or 4 weeks before it was due, and that was like a 10,000 word piece of work. I got a really good mark for my dissertation, but I've literally just launched it in the skip. I think my dissertation was the thing that I was most proud of through the whole course that I did, and there was some real, I know I caused arguments over my dissertation, not with peers but with the staff at the university. So I ended up doing this particular topic, and one of our tutors was the first in the field to do that particular topic. So I had their vote, and they thought my work was really interesting. They told me a few things. They gave me some criticism on what I could have done better. I was reading this the other day, and it basically, all in all, one person really loved it, and then a second person thought it was utterly pointless. So my result for my dissertation would have been a first, which would have taken my degree a level higher, but the second marker totally hated it. So the knockdown in points came because they take an average of 2 markings for your dissertation, or they did for mine at the time. I don't know if it's still the same. Yeah, the points that I had deducted because the second marker didn't like it, didn't appreciate it, and thought it was a bit pointless, pulled my entire grade down. So yeah, it's one of those things. And yes, I am slightly bitter about that still because I was at the time, it was like quite a new field to research and study. I really enjoyed doing my dissertation, but it's probably about the only thing I really loved doing during my 3 years at university, and it was slightly disappointing with the controversial marks from both sides. One mark was brilliant, and then the other mark was just like real average. So yeah, it was one of those things. I'm not proud of it, but at the same time, it's not something that I ever talk about. It's not something that I ever use. I've got my degree sat in the bloody envelope that it came in. It was never framed. It is literally just sat in my stuff that I'm keeping. And of course, I am not going to throw away my degree certificate, but that piece of paper cost me an awful lot of money and an awful lot of stress, which I could probably have done without, to be honest. Things would have been very different if I hadn't have gone to uni. So yeah, it was very therapeutic to throw those things away. I feel like I should have probably had a bit of a bonfire and burnt them, because I think that's potentially even more therapeutic. But it was good to throw those things away. Yeah, so today we have done our usual jobs this morning. We got up, we went to grandma's, we were a little late, running late. The kids have had a hard couple of days. I say the kids, I mean Ewan's struggling at the moment with going to the bathroom again. So we are having quite a few at-home days and not going out as much as I would like to. I find that really difficult because I am the type of person that needs to get out of the house. So even if it's just for half an hour, even if it's just going around the supermarket, even if it's just going to the park for a walk, whatever, I need to go out of the house. Apparently the rest of my household does not agree, so I feel like I've got a little bit of cabin fever. But saying that, sometimes I don't feel as though we can go many places because there isn't the correct toilet facilities to be able to accommodate our issues. So if I've got to clean Ewan up, I find it really difficult to do that in a regular toilet stall. So most cubicles, as you know, they're quite small, but if I've got to clean a toddler up, he doesn't fit on a nappy changing station anymore. He's 5, he doesn't fit there, so this is really difficult. Disabled toilets are the best because obviously there's more space to accommodate for chairs and stuff like that, so I do have the space to clear him up. But to have to clear him up in public toilets, it's a nightmare. So we have been avoiding going anywhere really of any significance, and it's driving me a little bit bananas. I really want to be taking them out and doing stuff, and it has been hard not being able to do that. But they had a little uplift today. We have been doing some toy reviews. So the kids have been spoilt by a company that I work with on and off, and they've been what did they send this time? They sent Ewan the Bluey cruise ship to have a look at. I will insert a little clip here of him playing with the Bluey cruise ship because actually we really rate it. We opened it this afternoon and the kids have like non-stop to play with it since maybe, I think we opened it at about 3 and we're currently on 7:30. The kids have played with it non-stop since they opened it, which is really quite good for my kids because Delilah's not interested in toys. Never really has been. She does play with them initially, but she gets bored very quickly and moves on to the next thing. Ewan is obsessed. We have also got a second toy review to do and we might film it this evening, but this one's more for Delilah initially. So this is the, what do they call them, Little Life Pets Mama Kitty Surprise or something like that. I'll put another insert here because we're going to film that tonight before she goes to bed. She is very excited about it because she's seen it, but I've not let her take it out of the package, so she's raring to go. So the faster I can get this boxed off, the quicker she can do her little review as well. So they've been spoiled by the company that I work with sometimes on those, so thank you to Come Round UK. Like I said, this is not an advert for the toys, but I just thought I'd mention it because it's what we've been doing today. So that's been a nice and a little bit of an uplift for the kids, and it's really helped with morale because I know they've both got a tendency to just sit and do absolutely nothing. They would play Xbox literally the entire time if you let them. So the Xbox did go on for a little bit today. I think they played for about half an hour to an hour about lunchtime, and they've done pretty well without it for the rest of the day. They've played, so that's been good. This evening I am going to get some reading done. I'm going to locate my book and finish the one that I'm reading currently because I'm desperate to get on with my reading list and I am so behind. I would normally class the 1st of September as the start of autumn and have autumn in my head as September, October, November, and then moving on to winter from December onwards. But I am finding it hard to keep up with reading because I just don't have the time in the summer, and that's something I've learned this year. So I am not putting the pressure on myself, but I do want to finish some books. So I'm going to do a little bit of reading tonight once the kids are in bed, and also maybe pick up my journal again, because I did that on Saturday, as you will have seen, and I really enjoyed it. It's again something that I find very therapeutic, writing down all the thoughts, writing down a bit of a brain dump, decorating the pages and being a little bit creative. That's something I've really enjoyed, and having picked that up again this weekend, it's kind of spurred me on to do a little bit more. Now, you possibly, I can't remember if I filmed it, I did fill out a little bit of my Lydia Millen prompted journal, and I love that book, but I haven't made the best use of it, so I need to catch up on filling some of that out. I did a couple of pages the other day, but I need to do a couple more and catch up with that, so I'm kind of around the right date for it. It's a very seasonal book, so you kind of write things that are important in the moment for that season. I think, if I remember rightly, I got up to May, so I've got a couple of months to catch up on, and there's like a question per week to kind of fill out, so I think I've probably got about 8 pages to fill out on that, so that'll keep me busy. Tomorrow what are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow is Tuesday for us. It won't be Tuesday for you guys, but it's Tuesday for us, so my intention is to get the kids up a little bit earlier, get sorted and ready for the day, because we were late to my grandma's this morning, and it's made all the difference because it feels like we've wasted half of a day. Yeah, so we're going to get up on time, we're going to get dressed straight away, because that's not something that happened this morning. I had them get a shower this morning. Normally they shower or bath on a night, and this Sunday Ewan had one, his normal shower bath, and Delilah didn't, so I told her she could do it on Monday morning. It took us ages, which is exactly why I normally have them showered and bathed on the night time. It literally took ages to get them in the shower, out of the shower, hair dry, all the rest of it. It seemed to take forever, so that's not something we'll be doing again anytime soon. We'll be switching back to bedtime showers, and going to my grandma's a little bit later made it feel like we'd wasted half the day. So tomorrow we'll be up earlier, we'll be getting dressed and sorted and eating breakfast at a decent time rather than having it too slow, and then they are going to the park to run some steam off. So I'm waiting to hear back from one of my mum friends, who is Delilah's best friend's mum, about maybe meeting up this week at some point to either have a play date or a play gym date. And then we are also, oh god, I can't believe we're doing this, but we're having a sleepover. So it's Delilah's first non-relation sleepover. Her best friend will be coming to our house, and we've got a few little things going on, and I will show you the setup and what we're doing and what food they'll be eating and the activities that we've chosen to do with them sometime this week, so that'll be in the next vlog. I won't be obviously filming somebody else's child, that would be totally wrong of me unless I've got total permission from her parents, but I will be showing you everything that we have planned for Delilah's sleepover. She's very excited. She's on daily countdown, and she even asked me how many hours it was till her birthday yesterday, which I refused to tell her because that's ridiculous. We're counting down the hours now. So yeah, I will show you what we've got her, and I will show you everything that we're going to do for the sleepover as and when we get to it. But for now, I'm going to sign off because I feel like there's a lot to do. It's already 8:22, but for a change, I'm a little bit more organised. It's Monday night, so I can get my editing done tonight, and then hopefully read some book if I do it in time. And then you'll have the vlog on my usual Tuesday upload, which I'm quite excited about. I'm very proud of myself for actually getting on and doing it this week, because I hate the fact that I've been so lapsed in my filming set up whatever's going on. I mean, I'll grant myself the grace, there's been a lot going on with house stuff, back and forth with solicitors and other people, and discussions about this and trying to clean things out, and just school holidays. School holidays are a lot, and I'm totally aware that I've said a lot this video, so I'm really sorry about that. So guys, with that, I'm going to log off. Thank you so much for being here. If you've come over from Instagram, thank you so very much for following my journey on YouTube as well as on Instagram. I know I've been really inconsistent on there lately. I'm trying to get better. It's just the summer holiday thing. It's totally thrown me. You know, you have this plan in your head of how things are going to go and it never quite works out, but I think I need to remind myself that it's okay to drop the ball sometimes, especially as a mum of 10 kids with everything else going on in the background. So I'm trying to be a little bit kinder to myself, but I will hopefully try and post a little bit more consistently on Instagram. I will also be posting our 2 little toy reviews in the next couple of days on there, so I'd love your support on that. Yeah, so I hope you're having the best week. Let me know what you've been doing this summer holidays and how you are surviving, or if you're thriving, give me your tips, because if you've got some brilliant low cost or zero cost ideas to keep the children entertained this summer holidays, I will be forever thankful, because every time we leave the house it costs a fortune. Even if I'm just going to my grandma's, we always end up in a shop and we always been buying something. Yes, anyway, on that note, don't forget to let me know what's going on in the comments below. That would be lovely. It'd be nice to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you very shortly in next week's vlog, hopefully again on time. So fingers crossed everything for filming goes okay for that one. Have the best week, guys. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. It means the world that you coming on to see my random content, and sometimes it is very random. Oh, Dinah, just being clawed in the face.